morning and good afternoon. This is Nathaniel Kempton Productions here, making a route building video. Huzzah! The only reason I'm doing this video is because I'm bored and I don't have anything to do. So you will see me doing stuff on Train Simulator, and well, we'll see what we can do. And I will be checking Facebook as well regularly, so you'll have to bear with me for that. So obviously we are here at Taffith Station, which is still unfortunately a barren, featureless desert, but all that will change. And the first thing that we're going to do is zoom out, and we're going to delete all of these trees because they are in fact the wrong ones. So here we go, deleting trees. What is it? Here we go dooby doo, here we go loopy lyle. So whoopsie, something like that. And we're going to replace them with these because I think they look better. But saying that, asset blocks greatly reduce frame rates, and as you all know, my frame rates are pretty shit anyway. So what we're going to do, bring out the top tab, that one, and hit trees, and press T to get the tree section, and you get these grouped trees like this. Unfortunately, as you can see, they don't stick to the terrain, so it's either got to be up like that or flat on the ground. That's the only downside. And of course you get sparse like that, and then you get forest, which is just wah crazy. So we'll see what happens, and of course you get bank as well, which sort of works. So basically what you've got to do is just go all the way through your list until, like for example, oak forest, wah, until you find the right ones, and tree pine group, that's quite a random one, and that one. So we're probably not going to use those ones, and they're on slope as well. I don't quite know where the pine trees have gone. Oh, is that them? Cut group, no. Pine, medium, single one, that's always helpful. It will take me a while to find all the stuff, because as you can see I've got an absolute shed ton of assets available to me. Tree line, that's quite cute. Flower pot, put some flower pots down as well. Put some flower pots down on the platform, actually. Tree, dead, we'll have a dead tree. Just there, because we can. Because we're hardcore. Just going to flick the lamp on so I can see what I'm doing. Not that it makes any difference to you guys, of course. So let's keep going down. No. Tree Pine HD. Wow. Looks like we might have to use the asset block after all. Unless we become cheeky and let's find a pine tree. Pine. Right, there we go. What we're going to do now is just going to go boop and boop, 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 de-boop, boopity 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 boop, and then we're going to hold down Control on the keyboard, select them all, and then Control C, Control V, and there we go, and that way it's failed completely. Okay, bring on the asset block. Whoa. So we're going to put our asset block. You may notice where's these ones here. Done these ones wrong. I've made them really thick. So what we're going to do is just quickly turn that block around like that. Oh dear, everything's gone wrong. Everything has literally gone wrong. The pad has just turned itself off, and it's not mine, so I can't turn it on again. So that's all fun. Get that as straight as we can, and then double click, and then as you can see, if we zoom down, nothing has appeared in there. Well, here we go. Normally they appear, just benches everywhere appear, but we don't want that. We want to hit T for trees, which hasn't worked. Try again. T hasn't worked. That's quite curious. So we just got to go all the way down. Wait, no. All the way down. Okay. We want tree pine is what we want. Not fur. Pardon me, not fur. Basically, with the asset block, you can have anything that is a scenic object, a block full of that, like the benches, for example. Doesn't look like I'm going to find them in time, so I'm just going to delete that, and then I'm going to select that. I'm going to do Control C, Control V, and paste. And as you can see, they do automatically snap to terrain. So if we put it there and then use the little orange tab thing, you can see, and shrink it like that, and we will have to whoopsie doodle do that along the whole route as well, which I will do throughout the weekend. Is that working? Yes, it is. Throughout the weekend and any day. Why? Fine. Have it your way, game. So they're like something like that. And of course, we are now going to have to do the same. Control C, Control V. I will do a proper little tutorial at some point, if I can be asked, about route creating or even route editing. If you can't be asked to do your own route, you are able to edit existing routes. That's how I got started off. I started mucking around with the London to Brighton route. So we're just going to see shrink that to there, and then we're going to do Control C, Control V, and the thing copies the thing. Now we're going to need to turn it around to there, and then as you can see, we've got some trees here already. So now we've got to do this side, same principle, just boom. Remember, to get the best possible frame rates, you want these asset blocks to be as far away from the track as is possible, but still be able to see them, which is why I've done them on the banks like that. And there we go. And then press F2 to save. Now, we don't have any sounds here yet, I don't think, so I'm going to zoom in to the station, and I'm going to select this option here, the little, what is it, display icon thing. It will just, there we go, display. Click on that, and then press thing. Oh, apparently I do have sounds. but I'll delete those because I can't hear them, and press the sound again, and here we want rural, which gives us birds that I can't hear for some reason. So yeah, that will do, even though I can't hear it for some reason. Probably because I've got my sounds down too low, and as you can see, they get in the way of editing quite a bit because I've got them everywhere. So to avoid that, you hit the little next to the bin and the copy paste thing. You hit that, it brings out a menu on the right hand side, and there's a little speaker down here where my mouse is. You click that and they appear, and then you can click it and they disappear, and then if you click that, everything else disappears. As you can see, my markers have just disappeared, but if we click everything, everything reappears, but we don't want the sound, so we take that off. Okay, you might be able to hear the birds, but I can't. So there's our trees over there with the asset blocks, and they're on that side as well. Don't know why the water's been selected. If we have a look in the bottom here, you can see nothing. There we go. I've not ooh, pointy. Not had a chance to edit the ground yet, so that's what we're going to do now. I'm temporarily just going to delete the water, and I'll put that back in a moment, and we're going to paint the thing. So what do we want? What do we want? Pebbles dark. Paintbrush size of, let's say, 20. And there we go, you can see it down there, painting the ground. And I know it's a small brush size, but you don't want it too big. I'd rather it take a long time than have a massive brush and start painting everything the wrong colour, because I've had that before and it's not much fun. So we'll keep going, dooby-dooby-doo. There's nothing special about doing this, there isn't much technique to it, you just slap it on. Basically, this is your scenic, I can talk properly, your scenic scatter, which you get from model railways. It's pretty much the same sort of thing. Very poorly modelled at the moment, but there are patches out there that improve the appearance of the ground textures, but I've not had the chance to find them and download them yet, but when I do my tutorial series and I found them, I will link the downloads, link to the websites in the description for you lot to look at, so you can get them as well. Yep, so there isn't any technique, as I said, just slap it on down and see what happens. I would put on some music, but copyright would scream into my face, so I'm not going to. I don't know if that'll be underwater, but I'm going to paint it anyway. And then in a minute I will show you how to put water down. Water is quite easy. There is a certain knack to it, and if you've not got the knack, you're screwed. But it just depends on how many assets you've got within the area that you're going to flood, as it very much were. So paint that bit there, something like that. Okay, so go back into your houses object, no, your lofts even. Hit the little water thing next to the turntable in the bag, and then you get water here. But these are water rivers, and that's they're lofts, of course. So we want to hit that, and then your miscellaneous, and I think W, all the way down the bottom. I think it is. White light. Nothing. That's quite curious. Water treatment pool. No. And a lot of these assets aren't working, as you can see. It's meant to be a turntable there, but it's not working. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know why it's not working. So it's probably under that one, all the way down the bottom. Yes, water reflective is the one I like to use because it makes everything shiny. Bow, wow, 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 wow. There we go. Same as the asset block, you just click it and then you drag it and then you can sync it to where you want it to go. So drag it all the way down to there we go, and then you see we need to drag it that way a little bit, possibly that way a little bit more, somewhere there. Drag it back. As you can see, we need to put a bit of paint, ground texture, sorry, over there, and we may also need to put some over there as well. So keep stretching, and then need to drag it across that way, and we need to go forward a little bit more. I don't know what just happened there. It's my graphic settings, and there we go, and there's the water in there nice and snuggly. So we need to go back to the paintbrush tools, select Pebbles Dark, and then as you can see under the water there, the textures are being changed. It will take a while depending on how good your frame rates are, and sometimes there will be bits that will go a little bit weird like that. I don't know why it's done that, but it's done it. So how does that look? Something like that. We need a bit more here as well. Doesn't matter if it pokes out the top like that. And I think over here we could have a little beach thing going on. So let's select, there's different sands. So that's sand 1, and then sand 2 is a bit lighter, and then sand 3. I think we're going to use sand 2, but of course you can use whichever one you want. So we're going to create a little beach thing on the river here, like that. It does look a little bit strange, but we'll neaten that up later on, and I think I'm going to do the same thing here. So boop, boop-de boop, something like that, just to create a little bit of variety. So you can, once we've done that, select the smooth tool, paintbrush size 20, and just carefully bring the terrain down at a smoother angle so it's not as steep, and we'll do the same thing here as well. Boopity boopity boop, like that. There we are. And then hit F2 and do a save, because F2 is our friend. Don't crash, thank you. So there we go. That's a few more trees added over there. And as you can see, I've started with these things, these grass things, but I don't like that particular type that oh dear, have I just deleted the thing? Yes, so that's what you've got to be careful with the asset blocks, is they tend to have a mind of their own, and they will delete when you're not concentrating. As you can see, the grass has changed colour slightly when you're hovering over the top. When it does that, that's your cue to hit the magical delete button on the keyboard. Just check I didn't. It's okay. Sometimes it can be a little bit awkward, and you have to delete fences and things before you can start deleting other things, which is why it's always advisable to lay the fences, get them to the correct height, the way you like them, and then start adding bushes to the between the fences and editing the bushes, because otherwise it becomes a shitstorm. Very unenjoyable. So there we go. That's the. Need to delete these as well. Of course, you can just do that, but that also does the asset block for some reason. I don't know why Railworks does this, it's just a thing that it likes to do to piss us all off. And I don't